Do working women really get the support they deserve? Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, a weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages stick. Today's story is from this book called The Unfinished Business that I read in the year 2017. On the night of the 27th of January 2014, Chicago's weather forecast called for a sub-zero temperature the next day. It was going to be really cold and windy, which made it dangerous for the kids to go to school and come back from school, and really difficult for parents to organize that. So the public schools in Chicago decided to shut. Rhiannon Brochette, who's a single mother and a part-time worker at Whole Foods, when she heard this, she called her own mother to help her out with her son, who's a special needs kid. Her mother couldn't help her because she had something else on. She then called some of her friends who also couldn't make time for her. She then decided that she would swap her shift with other colleagues, but the policy for swapping shift at Whole Foods required that she gave a 48-hour notice, which she was not able to do in this case. So in that situation where she just couldn't find a solution, she decided to leave a voicemail for her supervisor the night before and not go to work and look after her son and make sure that he is safe. Now, the attendance policy at Whole Foods worked like this. You were given certain number of vacation days and then you were given some unexpected leave. The unexpected leave was divided into two different categories: excused and unexcused. Excused would be if there's an illness for which you would require a doctor's note, or if there was a death, or you needed to show up at the jury, and stuff like that. And unexcused, people were only allowed to take 5 days over a 6-month period. Now, Rhiannon was already out of points. She had already exhausted all her unexcused leave, and she was on a final warning. She claims that even though she had documentation, she was not given the excuse. In that situation, she even called, when she decided to stay at home with her son, she called the leadership team and was reassured that her decision to stay with her son would be supported. So on the 28th of January, the essential services were all functional, Whole Foods was open, and only 10 employees of Whole Foods out of 1,800 did not show up to work. When Rhiannon went back to work a couple of days later, she was told that along with other employees who did not show up that day, she is going to be terminated. Her decision to stay with her son was not supported. What is the point of this story? For me, the point of this story is exactly the point that Sheryl Sandberg recently made in an article that was published called Double Shift. When things get hard, like they are right now, women get hit the hardest. I think we've come a long way in terms of supporting women at work, but we've not moved the needle at all when it comes to supporting women who give care. We have to support care as much as we support work for us to have any equity in workplace.